Like, it's tough.
Cowan?
It's hard to know. Like,
because they always do that, right?
The players are going to tell us. They're going to tell us over the next few games. Like, it's not. I don't think it's a guarantee. It's Cowan. It could honestly be Domi.
Mm-hmm.
Could be Yarncroke. I doubt it.
Because Domi's right now in the Lawton spot.
Yes, he is. And that should make him very uncomfortable. $3.75 million. This is year, what, 2 of 4? Oof.
I think it's interesting to imagine a guy like Chinakhov. By the way, I don't know why I said he had 23 goals once. The most he's ever had is 16. He had 29 points 2 seasons ago. But this guy
That's also not 23.
That's not. No, I don't know where I got that number from. I looked at it last night and I have no idea. Anyway, the guy is a former first-round pick, 2020 draft. Weird draft, but, you know.
He was a reach of a pick. He was the story he was one of the big stories of that night.
He's 6'1", 203 pounds, and has played 1 game this season.
Wow.
So, like, I guess the Leafs offered Robertson for him this summer. And if the Blue Jackets would do that, I think they would have done it. I am curious about that guy. And Lucas Reichel's name has also come up from Chicago, because even dating back to when Luke Richardson was a coach, and that's a higher round draft pick too, from what I can remember. Mm-hmm. That's a guy they had big expectations for, and it just hasn't worked out. And I think the Leafs clearly this summer said, we got to take some bets. Michelli, Joshua are 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, and Chinakhov would be a 3rd one.
And just on Chinakhov, Elliot reported in his 32 Thoughts that they offered Robertson for Chinakhov and they turned that down.
Yeah.
So we know that the deal has to be Robertson plus something, or a better player than Robertson. And at that point, I probably wouldn't do that deal.
Why would you offer more than Robertson for a guy that isn't playing?
So I don't know if that's going to go anywhere.
And if I'm not...
Columbus says we want less, or we'll go back to that deal. So I'm not doing that deal for him. So I don't think he's going to be a Leaf.
If I'm not mistaken, unless the Leafs, unless this deal involves more than just those 2 players, like, Columbus would have to retain. He makes more than Robertson, and the Leafs are up against it right now because of all the injuries. He makes 2.1. Robertson's 1.8 flat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, so Columbus is weird, and I don't want to do that.
Lucas Reichel, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds, a little bit smaller in terms of size.
Sure.
23 years old, went 4 or 5 picks ahead of Chinakhov in that 2020 draft. He was the 17th overall pick. He has 4 points in 5 games, but it seems like there may not be a fit there if in Chicago.
They don't need someone who gets 4 points in 5?
I thought they did. I found it was Freege that brought it up, man. It wasn't me. I'm not pulling it out of thin air.
Because I know Blackhawks fans have been frustrated with him for a few years now.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the perfect time to trade him because he's playing well. That's another tough one. Like, unless you're willing to take big swings, it's hard to make your team better. And the Leafs don't have the draft capital to go out and make pure buys.
They can't be swingers, is what you're saying.
They can't be swingers. Absolutely, Adam. No, you got to go out there and make a hockey trade.
Interesting. I like, from what I've seen from Lucas, right? Again, most of what I saw from him was when Luke Richardson was still coaching, and also the team's been dog shit, so it's sort of hard to evaluate.
They're not watchable now.
They are watchable. They look great. Yeah. Nazar's on a tear. It's great.
They're not depressing.
Somebody offered me before the season started Frank Nazar for Evan Bouchard, and I was like, "Are you fucking nuts?" And then I should have taken.
Damn, you're getting your ass kicked.
I should have taken that deal.
That's crazy. No, you definitely shouldn't.
I know.
You definitely shouldn't. I don't know what's going on with Bouchard. Yeah,
but I'm curious about, like, the Leafs. The way it was described to me is Brad Treliving is the tire kicker in chief.
Yes,
he will kick tires on everyone. He's one of the rare GMs that literally calls other GMs.
What do you do all day?
Brad makes phone calls.
Yes.
So and Keith Pelly said mere weeks ago that he's got the ability to make any trade he needs in order to keep this window open and in order to go for it. I'm just not seeing what the Leafs can really offer another team other than Easton Count.
Yeah, no, and you're not doing that. I think they like him too much.
Yeah.
And like Danford, I think, is going to have a long NHL career. I just don't think he has tremendous value.
Right.
Like, what are you really going to get there? Like, what would
his tops out as maybe a top 4 guy, but a dependable bottom pairing guy.
Like, what would, if you were to trade him right this minute, would his draft capital be? Like, if he were a draft pick, if you could convert him like currency, what, a second round pick? Nope. You got to get on the phone and you have players. Great news. You have players, right? You got Max Domi. You do have Kalle Järnkrok. You have Nick Robertson. They're all NHL players. I just, unfortunately, you're going to have to try to find players who don't work with their team and might work with yours. And you got to convince that team that what you're offering them makes sense for them.
So here's a bigger swing idea. It was rumored that the Leafs were in on JJ Peterka this summer, and that part of that offer was Brandon Carlo.
Oh boy. Wow. Did I hate that at the time? Wow. Am I open to it now?
Boy, you're not getting Peterka now.
Well, no, you're
not. It's gotta be somebody else.
No. Sorry. It's no. I would have done Peterka for Carlo.
Yeah. It wasn't a straight up swap. I want to be clear. Like there would have been more a part of that.
What I hated was, no, you just got him. He's been a good fit. He made Riley better. You paid a fortune for him. A first and mitten? Fuck. And now you're getting rid of him for what? And boy, after the last 2 games, I'm like, you know what? Pack your shit. Like, I'm so disappointed. There's
still time to turn it around.
There is, and he can start by beating the shit out of someone on the Sabres.
And once more teams are disappointed or sure in their direction or whatever, more players would become available. Jesse, we talked a lot in the season preview about the steadying effect that Brandon Carlo had on Morgan Rielly's game. When you trade a Brandon Carlo, despite his lack of toughness so far this season, we all agree on that.
Which is pathetic.
Do you then open up another problem with Morgan Rielly again? Because now you're going to put him with Philip Myers and he's going to play like he did last year.
Playing whack-a-mole.
I think when you start doing these things, you realize there's a lot of question marks on the Leafs. I don't think they're holes just yet where you say like these are deficiencies in the lineup. But when you start moving things around, you question about like, okay, so you remove Carlo, how's Morgan Rielly's game going to hold up? And that's a huge thing about this team where if he's tasked with playing number 1 defenseman minutes, you got to be sure that he's going to play like a number 1 defenseman.
Yeah.
You can't have that as a giant question mark. And unfortunately, it still is at this point in his career. Like, this is supposed to be the Morgan Rielly resurgence season. And it started off great. First 2 games, probably MVP. And then the next 4 or 5, it's been just steady, same kind of Morgan. So there's a lot of work to be done with this roster.
You can't be too reactionary because I'm super down on Carlo right now, but like, Boston is retaining on him, and like he's not at an irresponsible number. He has to be better.
Oh, yeah.
He has to be better. There's a lot of guys in this roster who have to be better. Plain and simple.